Well, joining us to debate all the developments today, Dr. Kiran Bedi, former IPS officer, a member of Team Anna. Also joining us, Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo, Lok Sabha MP of the BJD, Soli Sorabjee, former Attorney General of India, and the national spokesperson of the BJP, Mr. Tarun Vijay. Thank you all very much for joining us. Mr. Sorabjee, if the government is now considering amending the law to ensure that capital punishment applies for rapists, is this, in your view, a welcome step forward? And if indeed this is to happen, is this something that can happen fast in terms of amending the IPC?
Look, my view is, first they should make an amendment and make rape offences non-bailable. Next thing to do, and do it with expedition, is to set up fast-track courts, see they are properly manned, there are competent public prosecutors, and there should be a mandatory requirement that the rape trial should be finished in 3 months. It's not impossible. It happened in Guwahati. It happened in other cases. So if you have the will, it can be done. And as far as the death sentence is concerned, the sentence comes at the conclusion of the trial. There are two views about death sentence, but as far as the Indian Penal Code is concerned, death sentence is on the statute book. Only thing is you want to extend it to rapists. If you extend it to rapists, it will be on the same conditions that it can be awarded only in the rarest of rare cases. So, well, there are two views possible, but I think more important is to see preventive action. What the police is doing now, it should have been done before. People in the buses, people checking. I mean, after the event, it's all right. They've woken up after all this protests. And what really upset me is you lathicharged and all these sort of tear gas and other things against protesters who are students, young people. They're not hardcore criminals.
Yeah.
There should have been
and
some
so many of them, we've spent the day over here, are less than 20 years of age. There were 13, 14, 15-year-old children who were in this area when tear gassing was actually taking place. A lot of people would have thought that that was an absolutely extreme step. Yes?
No, absolutely insensitive. I can't understand. Why couldn't the Home Minister make a statement earlier? And a statement which really carries some degree of assurance and comfort. Doing it so late? What's the matter? PM should have made a statement.
Let me just come across to Dr. Kiran Bedi at this stage. Dr. Bedi, put on your former police officer's hat and tell us, in a situation like this, when you've got a gathering of more than 1,000 people, extremely agitated, pushing against police lines, but a lot of them are young people, right? Children, forget about students, a lot of them were children. What would you do if you were the ACP over there controlling this situation?
I found 4 people missing. Such demonstrations ought to have been heard and spoken to, even if it was at a threat of being almost touched. But I think 4 people were missing, beginning with the police commissioner. He should have been on the spot to speak to them. Then after him, the lieutenant governor missing, the chief minister missing, home minister missing, home secretary missing, 5. Any 5 of them, if they had been there, you would not have had this situation. The only thing is they would have had a lot of anger, but they would have heard them. They would have engaged them. I think we found that nobody engaging them. And the person who was supposed to engage them was the one who had solutions, who had the power to correct, power to give. Chief Minister, Police Commissioner, Home Secretary, Lieutenant Governor, Home Minister. I think the police increased its own pressure by not having these key people coming in, engaging with them. These are not violent people. They had no weapons. They won't have done any harm. They needed to be heard. And they had so many ideas to give. And all they needed was to be heard, to say, okay, let's form an action group out of you, and I want to have a separate meeting, and I want to take you with the Home Minister. Come along, I will take you to the Home Secretary and Home Minister, Prime Minister.
And when that happened, actually that meeting happened very late. It happened towards the evening. Yeah, perhaps, I mean, there were 5 rounds of tear gas shelling and lathi charges. By the time 7 students and 1 teacher from LSR were allowed to actually meet the Home Minister. So, did the government not wake up late? That's the big question. Tarun Vijay, at this stage we can debate what the police did or they didn't do, or what the government has done and what they've not done. But as the national spokesperson of the BJP, would it also be your appeal to tell people to stay calm at any cost?
Stay calm. We were there with my whole family. My son was there, and my wife said that if she could find a stone, she would throw it at North Block. It was India invading the colonial powers of Raisina Hill, and the government was entirely missing. It was like we were with the Purabiya troops of 1857. They were Indians, and the India was speaking on the Raisina Hill. It was Hindustan. We were there as a common citizen with full solidarity with the people whom we should salute. Their anger is justifiable and their voice has to be heard. Where were all the people? I entirely agree with Kiran Bedi. Where was the government? They should have been with them. They should have mixed their voices with the people, and they should have saluted the crowd that, okay, we really appreciate your anger and we are with you. We are committed to end the criminality in Delhi, and we assure you that nothing, no stone should be unturned to keep Delhi peaceful and free from criminals. That should have
So you don't blame the Delhi police.
Crowd.
You just believe it's a lack of leadership. It's a lack of leadership.
Lack of leadership.
Is that what you're saying?
Even you know, even the commissioner was completely missing.
Of
So
police
Delhi
was missing.
police was
Yeah.
completely leaderless, and it had to face the wrath of the crowd. So the crowd was
Yes.
to be heard and appreciated. We saluted the crowd. We were with them, and every one of us saluted the crowd, and we had full solidarity with the crowd. But nobody heard the crowd. They had to be heard and spoken to. There was no person to speak to them.